Hello and welcome back to the Frozen Card Gaming YouTube page. It's Mateusz here, and this weekend the HTS 1 found place. And today I have Bart Ladru with me, who is one of our newest members here at FCG.
Hello.
He got the top 8 at the event with the Rockets. So, first of all, congratulations on the top.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks so much.
What were your different matchups and how did your rounds overall go?
Okay, so what I figured would be easier to do would be going over it. Instead of going over every round individually, I would just cover each of the different matchups and how I felt those matchups would generally go.
Okay.
So during the event, I faced against 5 synchro outledge decks, of which I won 3 and lost 2. In my opinion, with this deck, the synchro outledge deck can be quite scary, especially the build with the new combo, which uses no Despot 001 and the 2 Alliance, as that combo is a bit harder to disrupt with my hand traps. On top of that, the outledge deck plays a large number of hand traps of their own, which can at times shut down my combo, even if I go first when it don't open as well. Then the deck can also side in summon limits, which paired with their negate board of Savage and Herald can be really hard to out for this deck. I still was able to go 3-2 against the deck though, but just being able to play through hand traps with this deck, as you can quite often play through 1, 2, and occasionally even 3 hand traps. Or at times I could also effectively play through their board, but it is still one of the matchups I found to be a bit more difficult. Then I faced against 2 at Emancipator, of which I won both of those games. I do feel like the matchup is a bit dice roll, but this deck is able to play a decent amount of hand traps to at least have a chance. Also, in rare cases, it can be possible with Rockets to play through ADA boards if your hand is good enough. And generally, if your combo goes off in this matchup, you just win. Like you snipe 1 or 2 cards from their hand, and then you have your Herald and your Appaloosa negates. And most importantly, you also end on the Buster Lock, which is really hard to out for the Emancipator deck. Then I also played against 1 Burning Abyss, which I won. I played against 1 Mech Knight Invoked with the Neos engine, which I lost against because in game 3 there can be only 1. That's still really hard to out for this deck since it's all dragons. And I also played against 1 Salad, which I won against. And yeah, those were my matchups. So a lot of synchro elt. But generally, I'd say the deck performed quite well. Yeah.
Why did you decide to play Rockets?
Okay. So about a week before the event, I was still going to play Invoke Neos, because I'm just quite comfortable with the deck and everything. But I just didn't like the idea of picking second in a format with combo decks such as Emancipator, Outlet, Synchro, and Dragon Link, or even Dragon FTK decks. Because of this, I was trying to find a different deck to play. About 3 days before the event, I had the idea of giving Rockets a try, even though I hadn't played them before. Gabriel Nets and others had been discussing the deck in the Secret 7 group, which I thought looked pretty interesting. I started testing with his list as a baseline to familiarize myself with the deck and the combos and how to play through hand traps and everything. And with the help of Gabriel and Hush, also from that same group, who answered some of my questions about the deck, and with some testing help from Luffy, I was able to get the deck down decently well in quite a short time span. I'd say in
Yeah.
3 days. So.
Were you considering playing the FTK version?
Well, I personally never really liked the idea of playing in FTK. I just like having at least some form of interaction, even though this deck is also just combo off game 1 and just make a board that your opponent can't out, but at least they can try. With an FTK, I just feel like it just, I don't know, I don't like the idea of it, at least. But also, Gabriel Nets mentioned that people might expect me to play the FTK when they see a 60 card deck, and because of that, they could potentially save their hand traps for choke points that hurt the FTK, but which aren't as bad for this deck. So I could combo through easier, and this did happen once or twice. So that was quite nice as well.
No. Why did you decide to play Violent Cube and Smoke Grenade?
Well, Gabriel Nets and Hush were experimenting with the Violent Cube and the Smoke Grenade combo, which I thought looked really cool and pretty innovative. Since I only had 3 days to get the deck down, I just went with their build. And even though Gabriel ultimately decided on a 50-card Rokket list without the combo, I didn't feel comfortable switching on such a short notice, as I had just learned all the 60-card combos. I also wouldn't say that the combo was bad for me at all. Being able to snipe cards such as Dark Ruler during the event, as well as seeing their hand with Smoke Grenade, and because of that, knowing what to negate was really valuable. It also made people scoop games to not reveal what they were playing, even though they could have potentially won those games. So I'd say that was actually the card really performed well for me. So.
No. Why did you decide to play Dragon Maid Chamber Maiden?
I think it's a decent extra starter, which can help getting your combos going. As the deck is now, it's 60 cards, as you can see, and 60 cards with 9 normal summons is basically the same as 6 normal summons in 40, which I'd say is a decent number to play. Also, if you open the Dragon Maid with either your Seyfert or your Red Eyes engine, it is fine. As if you open it with Seyfert, you can send the Dragon Maid from your hand to add the Baby Chaos Dragon, and with Seyfert you can still make your Link 1 Dragon, so you have an extra body. And if you open it with the Red Eyes engine, you can, with Darkest Metal, summon the Dragon Maid from your hand, so you also get an extra body. So it's even though you have 9 normal summons, if you open 2 normal summons, it isn't that bad because they can still interact with each other in a meaningful way.
Moving forward, would you continue playing 60 cards, or will you maybe cut down to 50 like Gabriel did, or?
I'm not 100% sure on that yet, to be honest.
No.
The deck performed well for me, obviously, but like being able to cut down on even more bricks, because like in the FTK you were playing quite some bricks. In this build you already have a bit less of bricky cards, and in the 50 card list he's not even playing the Violent Cube or the Smoke Grenade, which at times can be not the best cards to draw. So it has definitely potential, I'd say. Also seeing your hand traps more, but the power of the combo does become significantly lower, and it's kind of a trade-off you need to make. And I'm not sure how I feel about that yet, but I'm definitely planning to further test the 50 card build in the upcoming days.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have any final words?
No, I'd say that was pretty much it. I had quite a fun time at the event, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Shoutouts to Frozen Card Gaming, my team. Okay, and yeah, that's about it, I'd say.
Thank you. So guys, there will be a second HDS event, 22nd and 23rd of August. So it's a little bit time too, but it's good to know earlier. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and comment down below what you thought about his deck. Now see you guys next time.